Hello everyone, today we will see the difference between functional requirement and non-functional requirement. For that, first we have to understand what is software requirement. So software requirement is a condition needed by a user to solve a problem or achieve an objective. So your software requirement should be clear, correct and well defined. This is the property of your software requirement. For example, if you are developing a software, then the requirement to develop the software should be very clear and it should be correct and well defined. There are two types of requirement. One is functional requirement, another one is non-functional requirement. You see functional requirement and non-functional requirement. First we need to understand what is functional requirement. So functional requirement help you to understand the functions of the system. For example, it helps you to understand the feature of the system. Take an example as a WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp is a software application, and here what is the feature of the WhatsApp? It could be a calling, video call and chatting. So if you understand, so functional requirements help to understand the function of the system. In other case, non-functional requirement helps to understand the system performance. So for example, in a WhatsApp system, what is the system performance? How fast your message you can send a message to someone. So these kind of system performance will count into a non-functional requirement. Then these functional requirements are mandatory requirements. So that means it's a mandatory condition to develop one computer software. The next, here in the non-functional requirement, even though we don't have to more focus on this non-functional requirements. So these are the not mandatory requirements. In the functional requirement, if you see, they are easy to define. So defining the functional requirement is very easy, but non-functional requirement, they are very hard to define. And now if you see this functional requirement, they are mostly, we are targeting on the function. So it concentrates on the user requirements. And here non-functional requirements is mostly performance based. So it concentrates on the expectations of the user. Who will specify this functional requirement? Users or specifier. Okay, user specifies the functional requirement. In here, non-functional requirement, mostly these are specified by software developers, architects and technical persons. And the functional requirement, we can describe this as what the product does. Here non-functional requirement describe how the product works. So here what the product does, that is the functional requirement. Non-functional requirements are how the product works. And next, in functional requirement, we do functional testing such as API testing, system integration, etc. In the non-functional testing, what we do mostly, this is usability, performance, trust, security testing, most of like that. The last one is very important. First, completion of functional requirement only allow the system to perform non-functional requirement. And here, if you are just defining a non-functional requirement, it is not guaranteed that your system will work better, because to make a system perfect, we have to do a functional requirement. So we'll see some example of functional requirement. In a hospital management system, a doctor should be able to retrieve the information of his patient. So this is a functional requirement. So this could be your functional requirement. And also if you are having a hospital management system, there should be a search option. So these and all like function module, and the user should be able to mail any report to management, and also only management level employees have the right to view banking revenue data. So these and all, suppose if you are seeing a medical website or hospital, private hospital website, these are the functional module a hospital can have. Similarly, we will see an example of non-functional requirement. So non-functional requirement could be security, logging, storage, configuration, performance, cost, and interoperability, flexibility, disaster recovery, accessibility kind of requirement. Also, see here the second one, employee is never allowed to update the salary information reported to the administrator. So these kind of things are like service based. So these are non-functional requirement. And your website should be capable enough to handle 20 million users. This is based on the performance. This also comes under non-functional requirement. And the software should be portable. That means any operating system or also any web browser, you can be able to run your software. So these all comes under non-functional requirement.